In 1929, media tycoon William Randolph Hearst built the 110-room Ocean House estate on Santa Monica Beach exclusively for his mistress, Hollywood actress Marion Davies. While the country was sinking into the Great Depression, Hearst spent $7 million on the construction of a 5-story colossus featuring 55 bathrooms and an Italian marble pool, over which towered a Venetian bridge adorned with gold leaf. Upon this foundation, Hearst installed original rooms from European castles and monasteries. He would purchase historical buildings in Europe in their entirety, dismantle them into panels, and transport them across the Atlantic. Original 16th-century oak walls, 2-story-high fireplaces, and carved wooden ceilings were mounted just meters away from the salty ocean breeze. Today, we will analyze the layout and architecture of the most luxurious estate of Hollywood's golden age. You will learn how the residence's private beach operated as a shadow hub for receiving smuggled alcohol, and how engineers disguised full Prohibition-era bars behind antique European panels. We will look into the soundproof bunkers and secret rooms where Hollywood directors and studio bosses carved up the industry away from prying eyes, see a full-scale private clinic built right inside the estate to rescue stars after loud parties, and much more. By its layout, Ocean House was a fully-fledged gated city designed for the seamless servicing of the Hollywood elite. A private telephone exchange with a commercial switchboard operated on the first floor. 3 operators worked around the clock, switching lines between 110 rooms to provide guests with instantaneous connections to film studios or stockbrokers without waiting for a city line. A separate wing of the building was dedicated to a private medical clinic. The floor plan included inpatient wards, an X-ray room, and a fully equipped dentistry. Doctors and nurses were constantly on duty there to provide emergency aid following on-site injuries or the aftermath of loud parties. The estate's food service block was installed with the capacity to host receptions for up to 2,000 people. Instead of ordinary pantries, engineers installed industrial walk-in freezers the size of a modern apartment. Next to the main food preparation area, architects built in a full-scale soda fountain with a professional bar counter, syrup taps, and high stools. It looked like a classic American diner but operated exclusively for the house guests. The movement of the staff was strictly isolated from public areas. A parallel shadow network of service corridors, narrow stairs, and elevators ran along the entire massive structure. Residents lived for weeks in their multi-room suites and never once crossed paths with the personnel. Clothing and linens would vanish through technical hatches and were sent via special chutes to an industrial laundry and dry cleaner on the basement level. Ocean House, situated right on the shores of the Pacific Ocean, performed a powerful shadow logistical function. At the height of Prohibition, the estate's private beach served as an ideal zone for receiving contraband. Boats with illegal Canadian and Mexican alcohol would pull right up to the retaining wall under the cover of night. From there, crates were instantly moved to the building's basement levels through inconspicuous technical entrances. To store these volumes, engineers designed a separate underground vault. In terms of security, it replicated banking standards. Massive steel doors with combination locks securely hid thousands of bottles of vintage champagne and whiskey. A special temperature regime was maintained there, independent of the palace's general heating system. The boldest engineering solution was located in the first-floor lounge area. William Randolph Hearst publicly endorsed anti-alcohol campaigns in the pages of his newspapers. However, he integrated a full-scale secret pub, a so-called Rathskeller, into the house's layout. It was completely camouflaged by massive wooden panels brought from Europe. Pressing a specific element of the historical carving activated a hidden counterweight system in the wall. A heavy oak section would silently slide aside on concealed rails, granting guests access to a massive mahogany bar counter with brass details. The room featured deadening soundproofing. The Hollywood elite could host the loudest possible parties with alcohol, while from the outside of the facade, the estate appeared absolutely quiet and empty. Ocean House concealed its own shadow board of directors disguised as a 100-seat movie theater. The room's acoustics were calculated by leading Hollywood engineers, while modern soundproofing was tightly sealed behind authentic European Renaissance tapestries. Two studio-grade 35mm projectors operated here, but not for the guests' entertainment. In this room, investors and studio heads cut scenes, approved multi-million-dollar budgets, and broke careers before the film ever reached official censors. The layout of the guest wing, with its 37 suites, resembled architectural psychiatry. Engineers developed an ideal isolation system for America's most inflated egos. Routes and individual terrace exits were calculated with mathematical precision. Rival stars or feuding producers could live under the same roof for weeks, attend the same parties, and never once cross paths in a hallway. To avoid status-driven scandals, the Italian marble for each of the 37 bathrooms was ordered in unique batches. No pattern or shade of stone was repeated twice. No one could claim their room was inferior. Towering above this social labyrinth was an autonomous fortress, Marion Davies' private third floor. Access here was cut off at the level of the stairs' cunning geometry. The sector had its own kitchen, a massage clinic, and a dressing room the size of a full-scale house. The main anomaly was the security system. Engineers moved away from classic metal safes and poured an armored jewelry capsule directly into the building's reinforced concrete frame. It was physically impossible to steal the diamonds without blowing up a load-bearing wall and collapsing the entire wing. However, in 1951, the death of William Randolph Hearst cut off the only life support source for Ocean House, the unlimited tranches of his media empire. For Marion Davies, maintaining a staff of over 100 employees and the daily struggle against ocean corrosion instantly turned into a financial noose. 5 years later, she shed this burden, selling the palace to hotel developer Joseph Drown for a sum that did not come close to covering the original investment. The new owner planned to convert the estate into the exclusive Sand and Sea Hotel and private club. But this is where the ruthless math of commercial real estate came into play. The vast, Gothic halls with ancient fireplaces proved completely unsuitable for hotel zoning. To install modern plumbing and independent climate control in new rooms, engineers would have had to smash through the original European walls. Meanwhile, municipal taxes on 5 acres of premium beachfront land devoured any potential profit before it could even manifest. Instead of saving the architectural masterpiece, the developer applied the harshest rule of the market. The most profitable strategy for a toxic asset is the excavator. The primary commercial value of Ocean House lay not in its French panels or oak ceilings, but exclusively in the sand beneath them. In 1956, just a few months after the deal closed, the massive 110-room, 5-story structure was leveled to the ground. The antique elements that Hearst had obsessively exported from Europe were sold off piecemeal at auctions as construction materials. From the most expensive residential project of California's golden age, only the northern guest house and the marble pool were left. The only elements of the complex that did not generate catastrophic losses and could bring in real money. Hollywood estates hide far more secrets than they show on screen or in glossy magazines. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new reviews of the most expensive, strangest, and most scandalous celebrity real estate. Leave a like, and see you soon.